Hey family, it's me again, Dr. Fred, and I wanted to be an encouragement to you today. I wanted to speak to the person who has been overwhelmed with overthinking, with stressing, with carrying out the pressures of what if. And I wanted to be clear that you can stop worrying. It's working. Or said another way, stop worrying. God is working it out for you. So even when it seems slow, even when it seems unclear, even when you are completely overwhelmed, stop because God is still moving. The problem with worry is it's just too much. We all know what it's like to sit up at night and to think about things that you have zero control over, like your health, like your finances, like the bills, like your children, right? The relationships or decisions that are impending, that are coming up. So worry creeps in and it makes us believe that we are in control of things that we have no control over. It makes us believe that God cannot handle it and that we have to do all of the work, when in fact, Philippians 4:6 gives us another way of thinking about it. And it says, you don't have to worry about anything, but in everything, by prayer and petition, you can let your request be made known to God. And then He solves it, He handles it, and He gives the peace of God that overshadows you. And He makes those things okay for you. So while you think God may be minimizing what you're going through, He's not. He's actually providing another strategy for you, because worry is not in your best interest and in the best interest of your family. God's plan is better. It is a mind shift. It is simple. It's not easy, but it is simple, for it's far better than the way that we think. Because first, remember, His plan says that worry is unreasonable, because worry tends to exaggerate everything. It takes a small problem and it blows it completely out of control. It makes a small thing look like a mountain. Have you ever done this? That one missed phone call turns into something must be wrong. Or if you says there is a delay, then it must mean that something is not going to work out. Or if you said one closed door means that God must have forgotten about me. I know I've had all of those things, and I call that Monday morning. In many ways, God has given us the power of life and death, and He said that He wants us to think about Him in all circumstances. So when we're thinking about the problem and we tend to worry, worry preaches a sermon of gloom and doom, but it is not true. It makes us live in a spirit of fear, but fear never brings about faith, and it never is based on the facts. So when you think God has changed, trust me, He has not changed. He has not forgotten you. He has not forgotten the situation. And He is coming to you at that very moment. But fear makes you think that you are all alone. It capitalizes on uncertainty. Worry is unhelpful. It just doesn't work. We would think that it would work. The more time we spend on it, we think that it will do what we want it to do, but worry has been proven not to do anything. Actually, it doesn't solve a problem. It doesn't help you generate a solution. It doesn't come up with things for the future. It doesn't change your present. Jesus said, how can you add 1 hour to your life by worrying? I'll wait. And the real answer is you cannot. Some of us, if we were to be honest, some of us are absolutely exhausted. And I feel that. We are exhausted by the worrying. We are exhausted by trying to figure it out, to think it through, to plan it, to shape it. Will He ever change? Can I ever get him to see my point of view? Will she ever settle down? Will this thing ever change? And we worry, but let me remind you that worrying is not helpful to you at all. Number 3, worry is unnatural. It's just not healthy. You were not or ever designed to live in a constant state of anxiety or fear or the mental tension. Your heart was never designed to pump stress 24/7. Your mind was never designed to run the worst case scenario all day long. Even your spirit, it was never designed to live disconnected from peace. God has designed you to live with clarity and with confidence and trust, but not in chaos. So as we're thinking about the whole idea of what is healthy and unhealthy, so when you feel this heaviness, don't walk in shame. Don't feel the shame. Just recognize that this was given to you. It is not your natural state. It is not God's design for you. So this happens to throw you off, but you are not designed to live in a constant state of worry. This is what happens when we take on God's role in worrying or thinking or trying to solve every problem. Some things you have to do, let go. And as it is said, let God. And finally, all things do work together for the good of them that love the Lord. That's Romans 8, because worry is unnecessary. So that means while you're pacing the floor at night, God is really working things out for your good. So while you're stressing over the outcome, God is already shaping the outcomes. Yours is to obey what God has said for you to do, whether that's big or whether that's small. The outcome is really up to God. So let me say that again. Obedience is yours. Outcome is God's. So everybody has a responsibility. So while you're losing sleep trying to orchestrate the details, you can see that God is in control of all of that. If God is working, if God is arranging, if God is aligning, then you don't have to. You don't have to worry because God is working it out for your good. But I don't see anything, Fred. I don't know that God is working. I can't feel anything. I don't see the movement. That's the beauty of faith. Faith knows that God is in control even when I don't see it. Faith is the progress, even though the visible is not seen yet. So with that, I say today, release it. Let it go. The stuff you can't control, let that go. The outcomes that you have no guarantees of, let it go. The battles that you're asking God to fight for you, and He is, by the way, release them. It's not your fight. Philippians 4:6 doesn't say to ignore your problems. It says to pray about them and then release them, trusting that God is in control. He's got it all in control. So I say to you, don't worry. It's working out. God is working it out. Even when it's dark, even in the silence, even in the slow paces of life, God is working and doing more than you can even ask or think. If this has been a blessing to you, and I hope it has, I ask that you would click the like button, that you would subscribe, that you would share the videos, and that you would sign up for more encouragement with Renewed Minds and Dr. Fred. Wishing you always God's fullest blessings.